If you love the classic saucy, cheesy flavors of lasagna and you love zucchini, this recipe is for you. This zucchini lasagna is gonna be your favorite recipe for summer, and you're gonna love my tip for making sure that your zucchini is not watery. And I'm hungry, so let's get started. You'll need 2 pounds of zucchini, which is about 4 to 5 medium-large zucchini. If you grow your own zucchini lasagna is also a great way to use up zucchini that have gotten a little bit too big. That being said, I probably wouldn't use a zucchini any larger than the one I'm showing in this video. Trim off the ends of the zucchini, and because this one is a larger size zucchini, I also cut it in half. You'll want to cut your zucchini into strips that are just about 1/4 inch thick. My favorite tool for slicing the zucchini is this mandolin, and I will link to it in the recipe notes. Also, make sure you're using a safety glove to protect your fingers because that blade can be quite sharp. You can get rid of that first initial end piece or use it for soup or another recipe. These are just right in thickness, and I love how evenly sliced the mandolin gets the zucchini. Again, be super careful with your fingers and go ahead and toss those end pieces that get a little too close to the blade. Repeat the process with your remaining zucchini until it's all sliced up. You can also use a vegetable peeler for this or a knife, but the mandolin will be the fastest and easiest. To season them quickly and with less mess, I like to arrange my zucchini slices on a baking sheet. Now you can either spray them with a cooking spray or brush with olive oil. The cooking spray definitely saves some time. Spray the zucchini, then we're gonna season with salt and pepper. The oil helps the seasoning stick to the zucchini, and salt is really the key here to making sure your zucchini isn't watery because salt draws out the extra water from the zucchini. Now flip the zucchini slices over and oil and season the second side. Repeat with the remaining zucchini slices, and now it's time to fire up the stove. I'm using a cast iron grill pan over medium-high heat, but you can also preheat an outdoor grill and cook up all of your zucchini slices at once. Grill the zucchini slices for just 2 minutes per side. It's pretty quick, and the zucchini should still be crisp when it's done. Taking a few minutes to pre-cook your zucchini is so smart. It's quick and easy, and it will prevent your zucchini lasagna from being watery. Also, giving your zucchini a little bit of a sear adds more flavor to your final lasagna. Transfer those to a platter when they're done so that they can cool slightly. And to make the process go faster, if you're doing it indoors, you can definitely have 2 skillets going at once. Alright, our zucchini is prepped. We're gonna set that aside to cool while we work on the meat sauce. We'll start with some quick prep. You'll need a large handful of fresh basil leaves. Now, basil is a delicate herb and one that you don't want to crush. To cut it properly, stack them up, then roll them into a log and thinly slice your basil. Avoid going back over the basil with your knife because that will bruise the leaves. Once your basil is all chopped up, set that aside. You're gonna need some for the meat sauce, some for the cheese sauce, and a little bit left over for garnish. Next, chop 1 medium onion, and we're gonna use half of a gigantor onion that I have on hand. Peel off the skin and finally chop it up. Set that aside, and of course I love using my handy bench scraper. If you don't already have one of these, it's like having an extra hand in the kitchen, and I will link to it in the notes. Next, finely chop up 3 garlic cloves. And we do love our garlic. This is actually garlic that was grown in the garden, so it is super fresh and quite potent. Mince that garlic and set it aside. Now that our meat sauce prep is done, we are ready to hit the stove. Place a large Dutch oven or a deep skillet over medium-high heat. Add a tablespoon of olive oil, then add your ground beef. Saute, breaking that up with a spatula for about 5 minutes or until it's browned. If your beef releases a lot of fat, spoon that off. You want no more than about 2 tablespoons of oil in your beef. Add your chopped onions and continue sauteing for 5 minutes or until it's softened. Add the minced garlic and saute for another minute or until the garlic is fragrant. Now add your pasta sauce. You can use homemade pasta sauce or your favorite store-bought version. For zucchini lasagna, if you're gonna buy store-bought marinara, make sure to pick one that isn't watery. Also add half of your chopped basil and season the mixture with a teaspoon of salt and half a teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper. Stir that together, then bring it to a light boil. Adjust the heat to keep it at a low simmer, then partially cover and continue simmering for about 10 minutes. While that's cooking, we're gonna put together the cheese sauce. And this is my favorite cheese sauce for any lasagna. In a large mixing bowl, add 15 ounces of ricotta cheese. Also add 1 cup of shredded mozzarella cheese, along with 1 large egg, 1 cup of shredded Parmesan cheese, and the rest of your freshly chopped basil. Season the mixture with half a teaspoon of salt and stir to combine. Alright, all of our prep is done, and our oven is preheating to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. We're ready to assemble the zucchini lasagna. Put about half a cup of your meat sauce into the bottom of a 9x13 casserole dish. That little bit of meat sauce helps to grease the bottom of the pan so the zucchini doesn't stick. Next, add your first layer of the zucchini, and I like to keep them in a single layer. The layering process is identical to how you would make a lasagna, we're just using zucchini instead. Next, spread 1/3 of your meat sauce over the zucchini. It doesn't have to be perfect, just get it even-ish. Sprinkle the meat sauce with 1 cup of shredded mozzarella cheese. Next, add half of your ricotta cheese sauce. Because the cheese sauce is a fairly thick mixture, I like to spoon it over the top of the lasagna, and then it's much easier to spread out. Again, we're not looking for perfection. Now repeat the process. Add another layer of zucchini, and follow that with 1/3 of your meat sauce. Sprinkle that with a cup of mozzarella cheese. Spoon on the rest of your cheese sauce and spread it out evenly-ish. And to finish off the zucchini lasagna, add your last layer of zucchini. Top that with the remaining 1/3 of your meat sauce. And last but not least, to create a golden cheesy crust, sprinkle on the remaining 1 cup of shredded mozzarella cheese. Here's a great tip when baking a lasagna: if your casserole dish is quite full and you don't want to lose the cheese sauce to the foil, I like to put toothpicks all around the top. This keeps the foil off of the lasagna as it bakes. Cover your casserole dish with foil and bake in the center of a preheated oven at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for 40 to 45 minutes. Quickly take off the foil and remove the toothpicks. Now we're gonna set the oven to broil, and you're gonna broil for about 3 to 4 minutes to create a golden cheesy top. Make sure you keep an eye on it so you don't burn your cheese. Then take it out of the oven and let it rest for about 15 minutes. Letting it rest helps the lasagna set and makes it much easier to slice.
Oh yes, I am so hungry for this. My kitchen smells like lasagna, zucchini lasagna. And I'm ready to eat this. We've let it rest for about 10-15 minutes. It doesn't need long. But oh my, it is calling my name. You do definitely want to cut into it while it's still gooey and saucy. All right, and I do like to garnish with a little bit of fresh basil, because there's basil in the lasagna. Makes it look just like a salad. Right? Yes, thumbs up if you like that. All right, I'm gonna dig right into this. I do like to use a little serrated knife for this because it helps to cut through the zucchini slices. And let's pick a corner and just go. I can't wait to show you what's inside because you will be craving this until you make it. Here we go. Oh, and I can already tell it's so saucy. And yes, a serrated knife makes it super easy to cut through those noodles, which by now they're pretty tender. It's not hard. Don't let that stop you. Okay, here we go. Diving into this cheesy, saucy, beefy, delicious zucchini lasagna. Look at this. Look at this. Take a moment to admire the cheese pull. Ah. Yum. Oh man. Oh man. I cannot resist a good cheese pull. Wow, wow, wow. Come to mama. All right, and then all that's left to do is dig in. Here we go. I don't know where to start. Get in my belly. Okay, here we go. And then that cheesy crust is so good. I love how it browns and gets all golden and bubbly in the oven under the broiler. Don't skip that step. All right. I don't know if I've ever had a more satisfying lasagna. And it feels good, right? Because it's vegetables. It's pretty much a salad. It really is so good. And you'll be happy to know this reheats really well. You can either reheat it in the oven or the microwave. It makes a really good leftovers the next day. This is gonna be lunch tomorrow, I already know it. Oh. I hope you're inspired to get adventurous with your lasagna and your zucchini. I would love to know if you're a zucchini fan or you grow zucchini, what are you making right now? Is it zucchini bread, zucchini muffins? Let me know in the comments. Also, let me know where you spotted Sharky, and I do have a really, really delicious zucchini recipe in my new cookbook. You can order this already. I will leave a link to it in the notes, and happy cooking. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of this zucchini lasagna. Bye. What do you think? Whoa, 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 whoa. What's going on here? What's going on? No.